to have a realtor. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, I don't have any text messages. Supposed to have a realtor come by about 20 minutes and take pictures of my apartment, and my property is supposed to be listed for sale. And this dude, he just doesn't get it. If it's a dude, it's like, it's a gender assume. I mean, I've been renting this place for almost 2 years, and I've never met the landlord. Like prissy ass. It's the Adderall generation. Well, Adderall, if they're lucky enough to be able to afford that. There are other things that are much less expensive, but boy, oh boy. Ugh. Speed selling. So yeah, I'm just the number of lease rules that are violated just by looking around this place. And I come over here and be like, really? Oh my goodness, you devalue this property. You're not taking care of it. But it's not even going to be the owner. It's going to be an agent. Because, oh my goodness, how much land can you own and never even see any of it? Just sitting there on a freaking, oh, that's been like, what is it, Zillow? I like Zillow. It was useful. They put a lot of the features on there behind a paywall, but it takes money to keep a website, especially something like that going. Wow, that's a lot of updates. So like the tax history, the sell. Probably they had to do it because the cells they were flipping so fast. High frequency house flipping. Oh, you don't think that? Well, if your house is securities, your house mortgage has been bonded up into the securities with the other house mortgages and turned into an electronic asset. Oh my goodness. How do you ever really find the real owner? Well, I think the owner died like a long time ago, and the people were like, oh, they died all alone. They were an isolated shut-in. My goodness, the isolated shut-ins. We must be like one of the biggest sources of uh wait, why isn't my oh wait, that's interesting. Yeah, I have to. I'm sharing my screen with you. Well, I'm going to, but the little feature didn't pop up. Window capture. Let me do this again. Ah, there we go. I had it minimized, so I guess minimize screens become hard to. So we figured what we do, since I really need. Well, it takes money to buy things. It really does, doesn't it? So while this is going on, I'm going to continue my capitalist investment search. To walk you through some stuff. This is a good question. What happens to people who die? Well, what happens to bank accounts did you know if they're dead? Like if you're a banker and somebody just never comes back, like back in the day where you went to the bank, deposited. I went to a bank and I asked you about that. How this modern way goes. I like the modern way. See, we don't do deeds anymore. It's all electronic. See, whoever has electronic deed, that's who owns it. It's not like there's 50 or infinite amount of copies of the PDF file. Wait, is it a GILC file? Gulp? I was watching somebody yesterday. They were showing this like they're walking through like the Medicaid. Each state has its own from the government Medicare Medicaid program. They each have their own separate way of doing things. And they had this website, and you had to upload your files in like .gulp or something. Like they have a new format. And then so in order, and then, most people have things in PDF. So it was just funny converting PDF to Gulp and the special software you can order in order for you to submit for your insurance claims or to get medical aid to it was funny. It was funny. So I picked up at a genealogical society the discount bin of they just limited storage space sometimes and lack of interest. So this is CD, Freedman's Bank Records. I was like, Freedman's bank records. And so it's some project. These are people who had bank accounts. So let's see, down here, I'll go see here the notes. Freedman bank record. Bank location, Mobile, Alabama. But it doesn't say what bank. It doesn't say what bank. And so the owner of this bank account is Noah Spradley. Now, Noah Spradley, they've done research. See, I've been going through names, and a lot of these are mostly blank. But for Noah Spradley, they say Noah Spradley has a Watson. Oh, that's the spouse. So Fanny is Noah's spouse, and together they have, from what's known, a Watson, Ephraim, Edward, Isaac, Rita, Francis, Millie, and Alice. Well, something happened to Noah, then that would make like Fanny and these children could go and say, hey, Noah's run over. Noah was plowing the field and fell off. He was drinking that Pilgrim rum. He fell off and got run over. He fell in front of his thresher. Or wait, what year is this? There's something. Oh, application date 1871. Hmm. What's that mean? Is that when they opened the bank account? When they put application GED personal ancestral file? Oh, married. So before. So Noah was married to Fanny sometimes before 1850. And Atkinson's Baldwin, I guess it's county. Yeah, because the marriage licenses are county records. Alabama. 20 years later, well, that 1871 application date. So 21 years later, well, that makes sense. How many kids? How many kids can you pop out in 21 years? They have what? 8? Hmm. I thought I was kidding about that. I was kidding about that Pilgrim Run. Pilgrim Run. Straight New England. Oh wait, he's in Alabama. Well, this is a nice little thing. I guess they give you recipes. Oh, an old New England rhyme. Landlord, to thy barroom skip. Make it a foaming mug of flip. Make it of our country's staple, rum, New England sugar maple. Then pour more rum, the bottle stopping. Stir it again and say it's topping. Pilgrim Straight New England Rum, 90 proof, distilled by Felton and Sons, Incorporated, Boston, Massachusetts, established 1819, bottled and distributed by the Fleischmann Distilling Corporation, Peekskill, New York, copyright 1939. And they must have got this ready for the end of Prohibition. Start selling their Pilgrim rum again. So in 1939, what do they have? They have a Pilgrim Alexander, a Pilgrim Bar Punch, Pilgrim Black Cat, Pilgrim Bulldog, Pilgrim Cobbler, Pilgrim Cocktail, Pilgrim Collins, Pilgrim Cooler, Pilgrim Cuba Libre, Pilgrim Daiquiri, New England type, Pilgrim Daisy, Pilgrim Eggnog, Pilgrim Party Eggnog, Pilgrim Fizz, Pilgrim Frappy, Pilgrim Highball, Pilgrim Hot Buttered Rum, Pilgrim Hot Spice Rum, Pilgrim Hot Toddy, Pilgrim Hot Tom and Jerry, Pilgrim Manhattan, Pilgrim Mint Julep, Pilgrim Old Fashioned, Pilgrim Party Punch, Pilgrim Pineapple, Pilgrim Pineapple Fizz, Pilgrim Planters Punch, Pilgrim Presidente, Pilgrim Rum Flip, Pilgrim Rum Settler, Pilgrim Sea Dog, Pilgrim Sour, Pilgrim Swizzler, Pilgrim Wilshire Shake. Hmm. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's see what a Pilgrim Bar Punch is. Let's go back to the second one. Well, okay, we'll do the first one. What is a Pilgrim? What is a Pilgrim Alexander? It says page 9. One jigger, that's 1 1/2 ounce, Pilgrim Run. One pony, 1 ounce. But okay, so a jigger is 1.5 ounce, and a pony is 1 ounce. So we need one jigger Pilgrim rum, one pony creme de cacao, one pony sweet cream. So shake well with cracked ice. Strain into Alexander glass, 4 ounces, and serve. Serve into Alexander glass. Hmm. Oh my goodness. Pilgrim Old Fashioned. Place lump of sugar in glass. Add dash of aromatic bitters. Add twist of lemon peel. Add enough water to cover sugar. Muddle above ingredients. Then add slice of orange, a maraschino cherry, one jigger, 1.5 ounce. Pilgrim rum, a lump of ice, and serve. Hmm. Pilgrim rum makes a delicious old-fashioned cocktail, and it'll be a real treat if you have never tried them before. Hey, we're going to go back to the ice. Is it ice? A lump of ice. See, back 4 years ago, I got back and I had enough money to afford a decent hotel room. So I stay in a very, it's like a convention next to the fairgrounds. It was kind of a sweet time. It was a little pricey, uh, and still, it was just so nice to be out of a tent. Well, I'm a veteran, so I was over multiple veterans. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm one of those guys. And you always talk about being a veteran, man. It's like that makes you better than other people. No, no. I'm just trying to give you a story of how I ended up in this hotel. So it was a Marriott Courtyard, and which separates courtyards from other Marriott properties is if there's a bar in the hotel. Like if you have a bar in the hotel, like you can drink there instead of going out. And so I'm drinking at this bar in the hotel, and people are coming in. They're like, that bartender makes the best old fashioned. And there were groups, and they were coming in. They're like, bartender, this is the best bartender, the best bartender. You want the best old fashioned? Because I guess they travel around to try different old fashions, like voting which bartender makes the best old fashioned. And they had like, what secret is a cube of like no, a cube would be square, a sphere, a sphere of ice, like not that big, not that big. Still, the best old fashioned. I didn't even know what an old fashioned was. When I tried it, I'm like, oh, it tastes like straight. Well, I thought it was whiskey, but it's rum. Otherwise, why would it be taking Pilgrim's rum? Okay, let's go back to these bank records. Well, I got some news today. I was watching. I've been inspired by Stock Guy on Twitch. I don't know what happened to my. I used to the algorithm used to have a lot of stock advice day trading channels on here. I don't get those recs anymore though. The capital day trading capital equity. What was it? Day capital equity or but watching people trade the stock market in real time. Ugh. So I'm gonna do another week violation. I'll be back in a minute. This is my newspaper. I guess you can get like more and faster updates of, of, of important stuff. I still like the local papers. Limited space. It means that editors have to pick stuff that's kind of important. Ex NFL star finds new calling in psychology. That's the sports section. Sorry. This this is a from a Reading paper. In California, it's not one of the more well-known cities, and yet when it for the California is such a nice state, so much to see and do. San Francisco and LA and the other cities. Sometimes people from not here can know that Sacramento is the capital where the governor lives. Other than that, two Northern California community banks have joined forces, except for one of them is actually a Reno bank in Nevada. So we have here announced in January, and this is from David Benda, Reading Record Searchlight, USA Today Network, announced Plumas Bancorp's acquisition of Red Bluff-based Cornerstone Community Bancorp was approved in early June. Plumas Bancorp and Cornerstone Community Bancorp. Okay, they expect the merger to be completed in early July with new Plumas Bank signs going up at the four Cornerstone Bank branches in the North State by the second week in July. Okay, so let's see. Plumas acquired Cornerstone. Yeah, it's the name of a Cornerstone. That was a nice little breakfast eatery. Well, they served other things also, but that sometimes young professionals like to get a routine down and go. And so Cornerstone, that was a must. Oh, breakfast, Sunday breakfast, or Saturday morning breakfast at the Cornerstone. Mm. And then, of course, a new fad comes along. Well, the chicks like the bottomless mimosas. You know, it's like Sunday morning, the guys are going, we're going to go to a sports bar, watch our sports teams. And the girls, we're going to go have a girls' day with bottomless mimosas and be drunk by noon. Alcoholics. So I saw that in like bank mergers. But from the reading, it seems more like Plumas is the is the is the more aggressive because it says yeah, Plumas Bank's acquisition of. So Plymouth acquired Cornerstone. Now another thing is like because this is local, I can actually see the Cornerstone properties. There's a really nice little city out here, which was a hidden gem for a while, and then one day, uh, I guess everybody gets the same ideas about seeking refuge in a slower pace of life and a quiet, sleepy mountain town, tucked away, but far enough away from the sound of freaking highway traffic. Oh, it's a different world, and all you hear are car engines, noise. Growing up in the city, I didn't grow up in like a New York City. That would be weird to be like constantly surrounded, the comfort of knowing that you have people nearby. Honk honk, you know, just something there to remind you civilization's still out there, even if you're trying to sleep. But New York City, is that the city that never sleeps? I don't know. It's like, well, that something was called the city that never sleeps, but I think as soon as you get your first 24-hour a day Walmart, if you have a 24-hour a day Walmart, you probably have a lot of people that don't sleep. So this, so I went down and I was thinking about it. So once Plumas comes in and their CEO, CEO, who is the CEO? Okay, Cornerstone Bank. Okay, well, I guess this was worked out by the two CEOs. Because let's see, Cornerstone Bank CEO Matthew Mosley. Matthew Mosley. That is Cornerstone Bank CEO. And let's see. Where are you, Andrew? Where are you, Andrew? Page A2. I know I just locked in on these names, these Cheryl Mosley. Both Mosley and Plymouth Bank CEO Andrew Ryback said the merger should be seamless for Cornerstone Bank customers. Don't worry, Cornerstone Bank customers. Customers can continue using their Cornerstone debit cards through July 20th. Then you'll have to get a Plymouth Bank debit card. It said spokeswoman Stacy Kendall. When I reworded, paraphrased it a little bit. Oh, should I read the? So Plymouth acquired Cornerstone in a stock and cash transaction worth about 65 million. I may have a little dollar here, so 65 million. The combined companies have approximately 2.3 billion in assets, 2 billion in deposits, 1.5 billion in loans. Okay, so they have 2 billion of deposits. They've loaned out 1.5 billion of them, and in return, they're holding 2.3 billion in assets. Well, I wanted to ask, are assets under? See, assets 2.3 billion is an estimated. Well, the appraisal, like somebody's coming over here to appraise the apartment. And is that the same as an estimate of how much my landlord could maybe get for it? It's like, are you willing to negotiate a lower price, or are you going to hold out for that price? This place is worth $2.3 billion, and I'm not going to sell unless I'm not going to sell for any less than $2.3 billion. That's what it is. I just bought Cornerstone. The Cornerstone owns $2.3 billion, and I want to sell it all. Sell it all. Fire sale prices. I need the cash to pay off this loan. I need to raise at least $1.5 billion. Hmm. Yeah. Well, that's how they get vacancy assets, right? It's interesting. A lot of people, I heard on Tom Hiron program, when they're talking about the 401ks, the 401ks, they're moving away from guaranteed pension funds, and the Social Security couldn't keep up with it. So it was like, let the worker handle their own retirement accounts. And also, then they have a 401k, and it could be just like those guys on Wall Street that they hate. Like you hate those guys on Wall Street. Here's your retirement fund. Invest it how you want. Well, the thing is, a person who works, who has a wage job, being a professional investor, that have to be their part-time thing. Whereas the person who is a professional investor, hey, give me your grandma's retirement. I know what to do with it. I know what to do with it. Facts and logic. Facts and logic. Hey, Brian. Hey, wait, how's the next season of whatever going with the Bachelor rejects? So you weren't good enough. You still crying about not being high status enough to win the rose on the Bachelor. Your man don't have a house. Your man's a renter. Your man can't take care of you, baby. You saw my portfolio. Do you know the English could have defeated the colonies? The English army, yeah, we could have defeated and taken over the colonies anytime we wanted. We didn't lose that Revolutionary War to the colonists. They're so uncouth and civilized. So if I go up here in names, I never wanted to inherit. Well, inheriting wealth was such when I was growing up. Inheriting, like, what is that? My dad never owned anything. I mean, he inherited a used truck from his father. Oh my goodness. Growing up, I'm not gonna say though, like as kids, we weren't a little bit. Boy, oh boy, dad's a dirty alcoholic with a broken down. Well, hey, Ram, It may have looked like it was a broken down truck, but it ran most of the time. There were times when it didn't run for a long time. He'd be out there with duct tape and just covered in grease trying to get this, like, oh, how old was it? It wasn't actually that old. Like I always would look at it as like in 1950s, just the iron body. Well, it was a steel body, it wasn't iron, but oh my goodness, a Chevy and had rust holes in it. It was like a Chevy half ton something. Oh, Dad's old truck or Grandpa's old truck. And he held on to things. That was his. He had very few memories with his dad. He didn't grow up with a dad in the house. Stories of early divorce. So yeah, it's like you use your real name. I heard somebody talk. He uses a real name on social media account. My dude, when I created my YouTube account, I didn't think that I'd be streaming on YouTube. I just created a YouTube account to like comment on videos and stuff. And then one day I found this like feature that like turned on to YouTube, and here I am. So Roberts Sparagua Sparaga Sparagua Sprague. What kind of name is that? Sparagua Sprague Sprague Spagu. So application is 05 November. I think that's my mom's birthday. Uh, See, they don't have an age, form, face, race. That's interesting. Height, complexion. Imagine being a banker and you don't know, like, you just have files, and somebody walks in, they claim to be Robert Sprague. How, like, you can call him a liar. Hi, I'm Robert Sprague. I'm here to get my deposit. I deposited 3 years ago, and then I went on a trip. And yeah, it's like if the cashier doesn't know the customer, like height, complexion, that's at least something. Like you, Mr. Potter, Mr. Potter, there is a Robert Sprague here to he wants to get some money out of his account. Height. See, that's a nice thing. Input complexion. Like, is he black or white? I know, Robert. What color? What color is this? Complexion. Swarthy tan. Get out the color. They have a little book with like the crowns and stuff. Is you hey now brown cow? Is he flesh colored? Is it a fuchsia? Well, what color is it? What complexion is this? Get out the crown so you can accurately describe his complexion. We've had other robbers come in here trying to impersonate Robert. Some say Robert was killed in the war. Some people say Robert was killed in the Civil War. It's like Andersonville prison, or let's see. Oh, this is Georgia. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is that yeah, Alabama? That was a Confederate state. Georgia's a Confederate state. Maybe after the Civil War, there are people who never came back for their bank accounts. Think about it. A lot of people don't think about that. I didn't think about that till just now. Like, what if all of a sudden there's a major disaster in my city? We have to evacuate. Oh boy, people are getting. It's like fire season. I think people have addicted to like the thrill of forest fires and the adrenaline of evacuating and having your town burned down. So what do you do? What does one do? Um, Goodbye forever. Major problem. What? This is what this is. Goodbye forever. Major problem. Bernie Sanders and Rachel Maddow just sounded the alarm. Please read immediately. I don't want to show the number. Can you see that? I get these things. I get these on my phone all the time. It's like campaign finance season. Except they're all 771 area codes. Like Washington D.C. must have a huge like database call center with like all these numbers. You're getting so many 771s. and they're like, click here. It's like, no, you don't click on random links. It take you to a virus or something. Well, I was told, let me see. Let's say Brandon. Please, please clean the apartment and throw garbage out tomorrow before pictures. Fuck off. Why am I gonna help you? This person is never, I had to move out of here and live in a hotel for almost 2 months because he would not get a plumber out here. Oh, he'll tell you he did. There's one time I got a text. He said the plumber was there, and you weren't there, like trying to establish that it was my fault. He didn't tell me he scheduled a plumber. It had been like a month. Like it's just funny. It's just funny because when stuff collapses, it's gonna be the Brandons of the world. It's gonna be the person well, it's like sitting down and play. I had this me and a cohort. We had lots of political discussions over the years, and he decided to go in and like learn become a poker player, and he just studied it, not just anyone, because it's a mathematical thing. He doesn't want to gamble, so look at the math behind poker, and that's interesting. So so it's math behind poker, but then there's psychology. It gets exciting. You have to run that table just to get all the chips. Just to have all the chips and be so happy to finally be winning that like as the other people are starving to death. Well, they shouldn't have gambled, right? Anybody feel sorry for somebody who loses all of their money in a gamble? Well, I guess if you make fun of Brandon, you're gambling with your life, right? Like going against your landlord. You see, I have a problem with this landlord. So what I want to find out is the previous. Oh, Brandon Smith called Emily Langland immature. I don't know how long she survived in this apartment before going nuts. Oh yeah, he said the last tenant was she just immature. She didn't last long enough. She didn't last that long because she was immature. She probably complained about things. First night here, I have like the local Islamic Jihad people kicking my statues down outside. They weren't my statues, but we used to have like nice little. There's a little thing. There is a. Well, it looked like a Saint Francis because like it's a monk. It's like some some Catholic looking friar in a robe. Little angel, a little cupid water like fountain, and then I got a little dove and put it out there. But yeah, I hear crashing outside. And yeah, these kids, I guess they swarm around and they do like they hoot and like monkey like animals and stuff. You can hear off it like oh wow, there are wild animals outside. Well, last time like New Year's right across the street in front of my house, people attacked me, mugged me on my cell phone, screamed out the P word. Well, I don't know if you know what defamation is, like the Anti-Defamation League. Yeah, I didn't really care about like protecting Jews either until all of a sudden, oh my goodness, those anti-Semitic hate attacks. All I can figure is anti-Semitism. Wow, if Fox News is all of a sudden like kill all the Jews and liberate Palestine, it'd be very interesting. Well, the Israels want to kill all the Palestinians. Palestinians want to free Israel, right? Or is it the opposite? How does it work? How does this thing work? Who wants to genocide who? Being in the United States of America, not living in Israel, I really don't care. But it's real interesting to hear them talk about which ones are the real genociders. Mm. Why did I zoom? Was I, did I show you something? All right, let's go back to the. So yeah, I walked in. My brother called me up. was it March of 2023 to inform me that her dad passed away. And so I was snowed in. I know maybe it's February, January, or February. But yeah, I got a text from my brother saying dad died. I was so snowed in. I was only 3.5, 4 hours away, but I couldn't drive. This roads were impassable. You find out your dad's dead, and well, it's been a hard few years. He has it's not quite a death. Well, death certificates. It's different. Like the teller said, they don't do things with paperwork anymore. Paperwork is just so old fashioned. We do things with well, not with paperwork. It's digital. Make sure you have a digital copy of your like they prove you own stuff. I sit in the courtroom. I know. When you show Judge Besago your digital receipt on your phone, that'll probably be a slam dunk case. When you show your phone like your insurance record, here's my ID. Breaking U.S. contractors say colleagues fired live rounds at starving Palestinians in Gaza. Wow. American contractors? I didn't know. Take me on some more interviews with Americans who work in Gaza. I didn't know Americans were in Gaza. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear the audio. I'm watching a streaming site called Twitch. And apparently Hassan Piker has been around longer. Like I only found out about Hassan Piker 3 years ago. I only found out about Twitch. I only found Twitch like a friend of mine in Waco showed it to me. I had no idea Twitch even existed. I think a lot of people didn't know Twitch existed. But look, it's been a political influencer at least 7 years ago. 7 years ago, 2018. 7 years ago, I was in Missouri. Wait, do you remember where you were in your timeline? Your personal timeline? Are you keeping track of your own personal timeline? Well, international travelers like myself, a lot of people think, well, if somebody thinks that you went over to another country and committed terrorism, how do you prove that you didn't? Sorry, I'm just waiting for the person to show up. That would be so funny if Tracy Wilcox, if like psychic Tracy Wilcox from the UK, they're out there trying to explain like, well, today I died and I was reborn as a sonic biker. That's how I know all about what I've been doing in that alternative doppelganger. That's actually me. Well, one of the things about my signal is like the special forces. Is like everybody not well, not everybody, but it's like it's not their names. They just the names on the phone are somebody else's names. How they pick those names, I don't know. But if you're gonna volunteer to go do for years and years and years and years and years on end, tracking down terrorists on behalf of the world's billionaire elite, you might as well be able to pick a really cool name. Hopefully, one that has a lot of money, like Robert Sprague. He's making fun of my Steve. No, I don't think Hassan Piker is much for philosophy. If anything, if he lost a philosophy debate, which actually philosophy's not debated. Like when you start reading, it's not a debate. It's just a discussion about what do you mean? What is this feeling? Like, okay, so you're angry. What is anger manifest as? How can I tell somebody angry? What are the behaviors of someone who is angry? Some people may call like joy anger. So how can we know what we're talking about when you say you're getting angry? Is Jewish a race or a religion? Is Judaism? Well, Judaism. I think that's a religion. Now, what about the race? Jews. Well, that's different between ethnic groups. Like, is Judah a different race than Reuben? Is Judah a different race than Reuben? What else was I gonna? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've looked for my names. So let's see. Oh, George Michael. Don't let the sun go down on me. Something, something. Oh, that was like, oh my goodness. When do you remember when there was just with the Ellen come out first? All those just when the stars started coming out, and there was like the Legend, Rocket Man, and then he did a duet. Hey, didn't Elton John marry George Michael? Did they get married? I forget. I think George was the first time like George Michael. I'm gay. Are you gonna clip that now? Of birth, Hoboken, family history. Near bank location, New York. Ooh. Oh, look at they have age 11. Age of. I'm somebody opened up a bank account for their child. Oh my goodness, yeah, a lot of, well, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Do you remember that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? There are people who open up trust funds for their children. I have one for like for Big Tom MC. Like I came across, I didn't know the family had set up here, but like I looked at the birthday, I looked at the date. I'm like, wait, they opened a trust fund up here for little baby Tommy. Man, if only I had parents smart. Well, I've been trying to put my assets as a single unmarried, as an unmarried childless man. I've been trying to set up a trust fund for my niece, whose daddy was in a very tragic accident and hasn't been able to take care of his daughter, which as the brother, and you know, is this, am I my brother's keeper? That kind of that. Then are you your brother's widow and children keeper? Sometimes there once was a lot of peer pressure to say yes. There was once a lot of peer pressure to say yeah, I'll support my deadbeat family. So they say white, current resident, 1625 Downing Street. This little bat lives at Downing Street. Attends Northmore Saint Street School. Mistress. Wait, what's this? Wow. What are these? Death Notes, Plantation, Master, Mistress? Man, I've been that was an intense text message exchange with my landlord, all about being ready for this for the real estate person. And look at it, it's a full professional. I turned my entire day upside down to make sure I was here, and guess what? Uh, okay, they will be out tomorrow. This was from yesterday, Tuesday, July 1st. They will be out tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. to take photos. Please clean up my Please show your face. Please show your face and let me get you on camera so I can ask other people. Hey, is this Brandon? Well, I have something over here with the with you see, there's a real estate thing with the hotels, and the city attorney thinks these people buying all the hotels is using identity fraud because they can't get these people. See, civil actions are not criminal actions. Yet you can get criminal actions trying to pull somebody in court. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the methodology. If somebody doesn't want to come to court to be sued, how do you get them in there? No, I'm not going to come. If you want to sue me, fine. Mhm. Recalls. Oh, wait a second. What happens if you're a car accident, but there's a recall order put in? Well, yeah, are you at fault for like driving a car after a recall has been put in to say take it back? Hmm. Vandalism over $400. Damage, destroyed. On or about June 3rd, 2024, in violation of Penal Code Section 594A, a felony. Defendant Brunello did unlawfully and maliciously damage or destroy real personal property to wit a Ford F-250 pickup, not his her own, belonging to blank Pomeroy. The amount of said damage being over 400. I have from my old phone. I wrote down my contacts in a notebook, and I was going through it. I'm like, oh my goodness, I have a Pomeroy. I should give him a call. Maybe I can help. Maybe I can help identify the assailant.
to send the person to the hospital knowing they have to sign their house over to the hospital. That happened to me, chat. When I was in the hospital, before they fixed my leg, they gave me a form. Said if you can't pay for your hospital stay, please sign over your house. Please give your house to the hospital. Hey, Sam Seeger, Minority Report. Do you think Brandon's monitoring my feed? That they don't want to, that people don't want to come to an apartment where they might be like their voices might be captured in the background.
Well, at my work, I remember there was a day this guy comes up and he says, "I have control. I'm gonna record this conversation." And I was looking at him, you were told you have to tell us. Yeah, it was like I have to tell you we're gonna record the conversations. Like, oh, you've been like secretly recording the conversations, haven't you? They say, look at what these FSRs are doing. Saudi Arabia is out of oil. Like Michael M. Rupert. Is it Michael M. Rupert? Michael C. Rupert. Crossing Rubicon. 2004, but the guy said, "You're a crazy nutcase, man. Where do you read? Where do you get your information from?" I get my information from the wilderness. Or Crossing the Rubicon, a book that Michael C. Rupert's organization put together. Michael C. Rupert had his LA career destroyed, or says he did, because he went to a LA City Council meeting and turned over evidence that the CIA was running drugs in LA. Well, that was also what was that? Iran Contra. Yeah, was that before they broke the Iran Contra news about former Colonel Oliver North aiding the FARC rebels or counter FARC but yeah, the good drug dealers like ally with the good drug dealers to let their drugs through and keep the bad drug dealers drugs out while we try to stop the drug growers in Colombia. Mm-hmm. And we're in Game of Thrones because well, beginning of Game of Thrones, like there was a thing where Renly was a lot of people because after Robert got killed and there was a vacuum. Well, it was the rightful king, the Joffrey. Well, apparently enough people thought that Joffrey wasn't Robert's legitimate kid. That Cersei had an affair with somebody else. So while Lord Aaron and Littlefinger went off to look for all of Rob's bastards, meanwhile in the kingdom, Renly, the younger brother, the gentle and sweet, kind one, had developed enough people out there who supported him becoming king. While if you're going to give it to one of Rob's brothers, it would be Rob's older brother, Stannis, who would be the rightful king using those standards. I mean, you'd be such a better king than your brother. Yeah, why worry about budget when you're going to send and take this little 11-year-old boy's bank account? You think this? You think? Well, I think people who created this created it with the understanding that these people are missing the history. That's why they're like, here's a list of people who still have bank accounts. Seriously, how many years can go by before you say this person's never coming for this bank account? It's mine. I mean, if that's a 2% interest for 150 years, 2% interest for 150 years. Oh, what's this? After the Savior and the death of apostles, he covered it. Then, in the spring of 1820, God appeared to a 14-year-old boy named Joseph Smith. Hmm. Yeah, that's why I don't really. I'll tell people about Joseph Smith. I don't I don't really see. Let me tell you the problem right here with this statement. God appeared 14-year-old boy named Joseph Smith. So, well, Joseph Smith has a father named Joseph Smith. And reading some of the history, sometimes confusing about people who are following Senator Joseph Smith, or Senator Joseph Smith, a kid who's running around after God appeared to him. Like, who did you meet again, little Joseph? Oh, your dad's a bad man?
fielding an entire inbox message this morning. I get so much social blowback for being pro-Israel. I can't even might as well convert at this point. I mean, I get over the downside of being Jewish already. Might as well get the upside. Yo, this is all.
Oh, you're gonna convert.
This is sick. This is the most anti-Semitic thing that could have ever happened. Okay? I'm sorry to all the Jewish Hashanabi heads. This is basically a nuclear bomb of anti-Semitism. Brianna Wu coming out and being like, I have, you know the zealotry of a convert.
Did that even appear on the screen?
Oh my God.
Let me try that again. I don't know if it went to my window share. You might not even know what I was talking about. Oh yeah, it doesn't pull up the screen. The thing I was looking at doesn't appear. Yeah, okay, yeah, the kind of page that popped up doesn't have a. Yeah, you wouldn't even see what I was looking at. I'm on a laptop. I have to go back and forth to my dashboard. Like I assumed that it had changed the window share, but it didn't.
Or South African. I don't think many of the Russians were Orthodox converts, or even
So what's this?
Even like.
And continue on my research. There's something else I was gonna do. George.
Straightforwardly, no association with Judaism at all. Someone spoiled it for her in the comments.
Well, random names.
Yes, but sometimes if you're Russian and you just simply say you're Jewish, since you're in the white variety, that is definitely at least like an Ashkenazi meme in the country. They just go, all right, that's fine. I guess you're Jewish now. Also, I'm pretty sure, like I said, South Africans that left South Africa after the
George Michael Harry.
Pretty sure they were not Jewish.
I typed in George Michael. Yeah, but I wasn't sharing the screen then. Broadway. You know, Broadway. I think there was a time when Broadway actors must have like looked down their noses at film actors.
Because of Brianna Wu's opinions on Israel.
Mickey Dolenz, aka George Michael Dolenz Jr., born in March. Oh, this person has more of a bio than the other ones do. Let's look at male. Greece. Oh, well, I guess if you get on Broadway one time. See, Broadway is different from anybody in the theater. This is specifically for New York people. Wow, Ada is starting. It started before 9/11 and continued after 9/11. That's a long run. What is this Ada? A Palace Theater. Theater owned, operated by the Nederlander organization.
I sometimes wonder why anyone would have such an idea if there's no anti-Semitism, where the British didn't want any Jews in Europe anymore, and sent them here. Anyway, when Israel started implementing this policy of granting anything in the world free Israeli citizenship, the Viceroy of Uganda filed their request to move to Israel. But when
Music by Elton John.
Israeli citizenship were not practicing Judaism enough. What? That's crazy. What? That's so strange to me. I thought it was the one singular
says Deuteronomy 23:1, no one who tests or cuts or whose mouth or ears cut off to enter the assembly of the Lord. What the fuck? That is straightforward. I didn't know it was like that. When my cousin goes to school in New York, the assistant rabbi's wife sent an email, it was accepted. Charedim in Israel do not determine what is Jewish. That's because, that's why they have a reform movement, two different things, both Jewish. Israel only recognizes Orthodox, but no, Israel will not accept it. I didn't know that. I thought it'd be like, wait, there's no way. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think the fucking South African quote unquote converts were Orthodox. I think they just kind of pick and choose depending on how white you are. That law likely has something to do with eunuchs or those who rose in the royal courts or empires of that era. Homeland Security Council meets to discuss the threat of Goron? What? Homeland Security Council sets its sights on Goron Wandani? Okay. The fact that this was like a meme 2 days ago and it's becoming like a real proposition is crazy. President Trump of Homeland Security Advisory Council, group that includes Rudy Giuliani, top 10 actor Bo Deal, and the founder of Bikers for Trump held his first meeting on Wednesday to discuss the top threat facing the nation. The company quickly turned New Jersey mayoral candidate Goran Wandani. After hearing Giuliani deliver a speech against the immigrants, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Christine Alston did. I want to ask you, do you want to run for mayor of New York again? She asked. John Sears and applause from around the conference room. Bo and I have been talking about putting together some kind of strategy. It's doable if it's one candidate. It's a suicide mission if you're three, Giuliani said. Longtime Joe Republican, by the way, Rudy Giuliani would get fucking destroyed. Rudy Giuliani has a harder chance of winning the New York mayoral race than fucking Eric Adams does at this point. That's so funny that he thinks he could just like run. He has a harder chance of winning the New York mayoral race than fucking Curtis Sliwa does. It would be so funny if he ran though. Oh my god, I hope he runs. I have a better chance of winning the fucking New York mayoral race right now if I decided to run than Rudolph motherfucking Giuliani. Are you kidding me? He would get a collective total of 8 votes. I don't even think he's eligible to run, but that's beside the point. Let's say he is. He has a better chance of splitting the Red Sea, which, according to Rudolph, is not that big of a deal. It's happened numerous times. Which is my funniest, forever, the funniest way to talk about anything related to Judaism is like, it's not a big deal. It happens all the time. That's what he said. Oh man. Okay. Where were we? Democratic Congress and Tom Cruise and Ron and Donnie are the bad examples when they lost the utopian promise of free public transit, free college tuition, and more public housing. So, Ron Giuliani said, get over the passport. It was like 3,000 years ago. He also, you just want to go through their freaking Passover all the time. Man, oh man, Giuliani once said, according to him, right? It was filed on Monday in the New York Supreme report and indicates that the comments were recorded. Get over the Passover. It was like 3,000 years ago. The Red Sea parted. Big deal. It's not the first time that happened. Some of these things in this statement are hilarious because it's like, this implies that the Red Sea literally parted, and not once, but on numerous occasions. Okay? Which didn't happen even one time in actual history. So what the fuck is he saying? What does Rudolph Giuliani know? How many times has the Red Sea parted? Get over it. It's not a big deal. It's not the first time that the Red Sea parted is the funniest fucking thing to say. It's just one of the funniest ways to talk about Passover or anything related to Judaism. I am unimpressed by Moses' activity in parting the Red Sea. Many other people have also done the same thing. Oh, breaking, U.S. contractors say colleagues fired live right now. Farming properties in Gaza. American contractors working in Gaza, eight strikes, run by the U.S. Humanitarian Foundation. Told the Associated Press their colleagues have been firing live ammunition and stun grenades and pepper spray as the desperate help needs keeping food. Videos and internal reports reviewed by the Associated Press back their claim of being chaos, injuries, and unqualified contractors operating with the war sites. Something that, again, we've been warning about for months at this point. Here's the video of the event.
All right. Haven't gotten any phone calls or text messages from the property manager explaining why no one showed up. Music by Elton John, lyrics by Tim Rice, books by Linda Wolverton, Henry Falls and David Henry Fine, based on the opera Giuseppe Verdi. Directed, scenic design, technical. Look at all these people. Look at all the things it takes in the Jim Abbott. Coronation. And this lasted for 4 years, so it must be people's song. Opening night cast. Let's see, anybody? Adam Pascal. Oh. Headley. Wow. She was replaced 2 days before 9/11. My goodness. Broadway. Representative American Place. These are one of the first old used books I purchased out here. It's one of the things that got me started in the used book collecting. 5th edition of the Nook disc, the discard bin. Edited and intrusive notes by Arthur Hobson Quinn. Representative American plays from 1767 to the present day. Arthur Hobson Quinn, University of Pennsylvania, New York, The Century Co. Copyright 1917, 1928, 1930. Yeah, they have one of those things on here. See, if it was 2030, this would be public domain. Yet the first edition is public domain, unless it's renewed. That's one of the things about. But then again, the plays would be public domain. I just want to read the importance of this book. There's a nice little section on the importance of this book. Preface to the 5th edition. Oh yeah, the plays. So it's the first play. Well, I already read that. 1967. The present being 1930. The preparation of a new edition has led to several notable additions and substitutions of plays. Foremost among these is the publication for the first time in any form of Margaret Fleming by James A. Hearn. Foremost, huh? So in 1917 they didn't include Margaret Fleming? The only manuscript of this play, one of the landmarks in the development of American realism, was destroyed by fire in 1909, but has been recreated from memory by Mrs. Hearn, who acted Margaret Fleming. Wow, so the original play, it must have only played at one location. I'm trying to assume so much from a history book. It's like trying to do like an entire history course in an hour. What does it mean? What does it mean? Well, it means Margaret Fleming is very important for the development of American realism. Skipping a lot over here. Another important change has been the substitution of The Girl with the Green Eyes, one of the best plays of Clyde Fitch, or Her Great Match, which is of less significance. Oh, so I can't read the Girl with the Green Eyes in there? Hmm. Play in 4 acts. So you can find them online. So at least we can find them online. See, a lot of writing here. They said that one of the important things of this book is because during the becoming an American. Oh wait, yes. Maybe it's in here. The first play they have is called The Prince of Parthia, a Tragedy by Thomas Godfrey. Have you ever heard of this play? The Prince of Parthia is the first play written by an American to be performed in America by a professional company of actors. It was written by Thomas Godfrey, born December 4th, 1736 in Philadelphia, the son of Thomas Godfrey, the inventor of the sea quadrant. According to his biographer, he was educated at an English school in that city, an English school in Philadelphia. He was also, so was his dad from England? That's a big thing, first generation Americans. This is the first play to be written by an American. According to his biographer, he was educated at an English school in that city, He was also a pupil of William Smith, provost of the College of Philadelphia, and had as companions Benjamin West and Francis Hopkinson, the first original poet-composer in the colonies. Poet-composer, like he write music? Did he take his poems and put them to music? Having been released from his indentures to a watchmaker, he became in 1758 lieutenant in the Pennsylvania militia for the expedition against Fort Duquesne. Oh, the English-French War. Yeah, before the colonists ever rebelled against England, it was like English colonists fighting French colonists. Fort Duquesne. The next year, he accepted a position as a factor in North Carolina, where he stayed for 3 years and where he brought to completion the Prince of Parthia. What's a factor? A position of a factor in North Carolina. Godfrey had probably seen the American Company Act in Philadelphia in 1754, when, owing to the opposition to the theater, the actors had been forced to play in a warehouse belonging to William Plumstead, one of the trustees of the college on Water Street. Who would not want a theater in their town? Opposition to the theater. Being a pupil of William Smith, Godfrey had almost certainly attended the benefit which the American Company gave for the charity school of the college, Juneteenth, 1754, but before Juneteenth was invented. But that could be another anniversary. He may have offered the play to David Douglas, the manager of the reorganized American Company, as early as 1759, but it was not acted until after Godfrey's death. Godfrey died without seeing his play. He died August 3rd, 1763, in North Carolina, and The Prince of Parthia, together with his other poems, was published in 1765 by his friend, Nathaniel Evans, with an account of Godfrey. The play was produced on April 24th, 1767, according to the following advertisement, which appeared in number 1272, 1272, 1272 of the Pennsylvania Journal and the Weekly Advertiser. How long was that thing in publication for? Thursday, April 23, 1767. By authority, never performed before, by the American Company, at the New Theater in Southwark on Friday, the 24th of April, will be presented a tragedy written by the late ingenious Mr. Thomas Godfrey of this city, called The Prince of Parthia. The principal characters by Mr. Hallam, Mr. Douglas, Mr. Wall, Mr. Morris, Mr. Allen, Mr. Tomlinson, Mr. Rodbell, Mr. Gravel, Mrs. Douglas, Mrs. Morris, Miss Wainwright, and Miss Cheer, to which will be added a ballad opera called The Contrivances, to be exactly at 7 o'clock, the Venta Rex in Regina. The Prince of Parthia were revived by the Zelosophic Society of the University of Pennsylvania, March 26, 1915, at the New Century Drawing Room. How could somebody wrote a book on such obscure things? Juvenile poems on various subjects with the Prince of Parthia tragedy. I like these. Let's see, the dramatis personae, the men. Artabanus, King of Parthia, Mr. Douglas. Araces, Mr. Hallam. Verdenes, Mr. Tomlinson. Gatorzes, Mr. Wall. And those are the sons. So the sons of the king of Artabanus, Arsaces, Verdenes, Gatarzes. Then we have Barsaphernes, Lieutenant General under Arsaces, played by Mr. Allen. Officers at the court, Lysias, played by Mr. Broadbelt. Photorates, played by Mr. Gravel. Bathas, a noble captive, played by Mr. Morris. And the women, Thermusa, the queen, played by Mrs. Douglas. Evante, beloved by Arsaces, Miss Cheer. Cleone, her confidante, played by Miss Wainwright. Edessa, attendant on the queen, played by Mrs. Morris. Guards in attendance, scene, Sisyphone. Act first, scene 1, the Temple of the Sun. Catarzes and Parates. Parates, officer at the court, and Arsaces is the one of the sons of the king. Catarzes. He comes, Asarces comes, my gallant brother, like shining Mars in all the pomp of conquest. Triumphant enters now our joyful gates. Bright victory waits on his glittering car, and shows her favors to the wondering crowd, while fame exulting sounds the happy name to realms remote and bids the world admire. Oh, 'tis a glorious day, let none presume to indulge the tear or wear the gloom of sorrow. This day shall spine in ages yet to come, and grace the Parthian story. Parates, another officer of the court. Glad Sisyphon, a large village on the left bank of the Tigris. So this place is supposed to happen in, where's the Tigris? Wait, is Parthia, is that a real place? What else I think of? Parates pours forth her numbers like a rolling deluge to meet the blooming hero. All the way on either side, as far as sight can stretch, are lined with crowds, and on the lofty walls innumerable multitudes are ranged. On every countenance impatience sate, with roving eye before the train appeared. But when they saw the darling of the fates, they rent the air with loud repeated shouts. The mother showed him to her infant son, and taught his lisping tongue to name Arsaces. E'en aged Cyrus, whose sounds are scarcely heard, by feeble strength supported, tossed their caps, and gave their murmur to the general voice. I guess they wrote it in aspirations of being a Shakespeare or something. Verifying your human. Prince of Parthia. You spelled it right. Prince of Patches. Prince of Bohemia. So have all these been played on Prince of Central Park? Oh, that's probably avant-garde. About this show music, unless it didn't play anywhere. Oh no, look, they had one. Bolesco Theater for 2 days. Oh. How many people got, oops. Well, they probably isn't very much known about it. These people would have to sign in, and Don Zabesky's he's still active. American in Paris. Honeymoon in Vegas. Baby, it's you. Interesting. Took a 4-year hiatus. 3.5. Come fly with me, come fly. Pal Joey. That's a quite an extensive career. So it's not awards for who I was just looking at. Oh wait, these are nominations for this. Well, being nominated usually got people to best performance by actress. So are these nominations or wins? Purpose. It's like it already has best play. Let's see. Sarah Smith. Picture of Dorian Gray. That's just it just ended. Born 1987. South Australia. Hmm. I'm curious how best performance by an actress. So okay, maybe these are the most recent nominations. Hmm. Oh, a special award for Javier Diaz. Look all these special awards. It's kind of weird to have the best actress thing. What did she win? In a leading. Okay, maybe if I don't click on the name. In a leading role. What's it? Okay, hmm. Cole Escola, best performance by an actor in a leading role. Oh, Mary. Quite get how this works still. Prince of Patches. What about the show written by closing date unknown? Oh, dude, look May 2nd, 1898. How do you have a closing date unknown? Maybe it's like this. They found they know it was performed. He's honored the mayor. Oh, the beggar student. Hmm. Oh, so there's a lot of the beggar student. American theater. An opera in 3 acts, 5 scenes. 8 performances. That's songs. Our husband, alas, they've locked up in jail. This reminds me back to the good old days of just going down rabbit holes, the internet rabbit holes. Didn't start out looking for this. Didn't start out, but look how much fun this is. Heartfelt poems for husbands in jail. Best love poem for an incarcerated husband. Wait, oh my goodness, is there a registered sung by interest song finder lyrics? Alas, her husband's alas, they've locked up in jail. Prisoner. Huh. Oh my goodness, to find, see, there's some stuff before the internet. It's like, does the internet have all the best stuff in history? The next song, when the good cheer, the festive board doth smile, and they say toward ladies one should gallantly behave. General Ollendorf, the world to soaring genius ever quick recognition has refused. Maybe they don't have titles, they just have the beginning lines. Hmm, 1940 novel. Kindle edition. Is that the same one? Beggar Class. The Beggar Student. No fans of no human. So I did. It says 1949 novel. So let's check out this 1956. Revolt of students in landed gentry in Poland. 1700 with twisted love stories. Let's say if it's based on the novel. Big ad. But then again, ads keep these sites going. Well, money does. Gigolo Beach. Oh, the Gilgo Beach Killer. I think I still have a National Enquirer with that guy. In it. Nice seeing storyline loosely based on Carlo Nowak's operetta Der Beetlejuice. The film deals with the role of the students in land gentry in Poland against the authority of Colonel Ollendorf. Oh, okay, so this is actually from the play. Oh, okay, Prince of Patches. Maybe they didn't know Der Beetle student. Trailer to business. Hmm. Carlo Milker. I don't want to get too much of a copyright. Oh, oh, live theater. Hmm. What did we start out doing tonight? Oh yeah, just kind of waiting around for the person who never showed up. you're gonna document, oh my god, this is a health and safety, this is a health inspection. This is like a visit, they had military, my drill sergeant came over, we don't have drill sergeant in situations like this, but same thing. But if my like, oh my goodness, come over, or my old senior chief, was he a senior chief then, Orlando? Oh my goodness, listening to the way he white collar inspections his own home and his own family. Hmm. George Michael Pike, Father Joseph, Mother Bridget. That's a bank account. 16, 16.5 Downing Street. Oh, I think I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now. I'm gonna head out here, celebrate the. Well, I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous. There's like cigarette butts. It's gross. There's a fire hazard. This is like the guy wants his place spick and span and ready for people to come and look at. Same time, I like the guys who beat me. Just I don't even need them arrested. I just need them on a police report, put their names down. Can you imagine having a police call on you and like after you get beat up and people beat you up like my name's in a police record, but who these guys are who just grab some dude walking around getting Instagram videos for his kids? Just some dude who's not allowed to see. He's like, well, what they're saying, what their mom and her mom's boyfriend are saying to the judge. Apparently,